Hi, and welcome back to Finders Beepers History Seekers. A Premier League football player, ex-Italy international, and it's brill. It's not my normal sort of explore, but it's really good. I'm going to show you around the outside first, and then we'll go in. Now, I know not everybody's into your football, so you're not going to be that bothered about who was here, but the place itself is in such an amazing spot. It really, really is. Now, I've also got to be careful because we're next to a village and I don't want to get caught. I haven't been in any of the outbuildings. I've dumped my bag inside the main house, but that is it. Now, I want you, if you do know anything about football, I'm going to give you some clues to see if you can work it out. Is this a well? Jesus Christ. I'm guessing it was a well at some point and they just put a tap in it instead. This big outbuildings. I can imagine I'm doing all the cooking and all sorts here. Now, it was a bit of a retreat, as you can imagine. Ex-Italian international football player would want somewhere to just come and get away from it all, and it is in the middle of nowhere, up on a hill with amazing views, and then there's a swimming pool, there's all sorts, and you can imagine him maybe bringing some of his teammates over for the weekend in the summer, and I think he had a very attractive wife, if I remember rightly. I can't remember. Now, he's one of these guys that attracted all the ladies because of his slaphead, his bald chic. Now, I don't know if that's a clue and that's going to help you, but this place was his summer getaway. It's brill. So you can imagine him having probably somebody to do it for him, to make pizzas in the big pizza oven, or bread, some sort of bread in there, and it'd be amazing. You'd have all your logs stored down there. Oh, cobwebs. Ugh. You'd throw all your stuff that you'd want to burn around the outside of there, and then put your pizza in. I think that's how it works. I've never had a pizza oven, but I'm guessing that's how it is, because you won't put your fire under there. It'd have to go in there. That's why all the smoke's there. But yeah, I bet it were amazing, the pizza and all sorts of different food that they used to sit out on this little seating area, I'm guessing, and the one over there, but I'm not showing you any further that way, not yet. Right, let's go and look in these side buildings. So I don't think there's very much in here. I think it was just a bit of a storage room, looking at it a second ago. Oh yeah, so you've got your boiler and stuff in there. And in here, is it a toilet? Oh my lord. Right, so let me get me torch out my pocket. What is in here? Not very much, but what I will say is it's not very safe. Look at the holes, look at the gaps. Whole thing's gonna fall down at some point. I don't normally do daytime explores. I don't normally do like starting off outside on a beautiful sunny day, but this is a different sort of explore. I want you to be able to picture the mood, like, of what it would have been like. People just really enjoying themselves after playing football all year. Like I said, I know for a fact there's people going, oh, football, I'm not bothered. But just taking the place, because it wasn't always his house. I think he bought it in the 90s. It's been round, I don't know, 70s, 60s maybe, looking at the style of the place. So it is dangerous though. Look at that. Look at the cracks in the walls there. Maybe this is why he got rid of it. Now the next clue is he is no longer with us. He died not that long ago. Really young. Really, really young. I'm guessing this is like the workshop. But there is other rooms further down. Oh, what's this say? That looks like it's maybe been a restaurant or something at some point, because it says Giro Turistico Montebello. I don't know. So maybe at some point it's been a a restaurant as well as just someone's house. I'm also not sure if he was the last owner of this place. It could have been sold to someone else in the middle or at the end. So it could be that he had this from like the middle 90s to the early 2000s. So I'm not sure. He was most famous around that time. God, these steps are dangerous. These are dodgy. Moving as I'm walking down them. But this was the driveway up. So I'm guessing this is the garages here. Or at least some sort of... Oh, I can't get in. Alright, give me a second. It's jammed at the bottom. Yeah, it was just a bit stiff at the bottom. It got a bit stuck down there. But nothing exciting in here. But this would have been, I would have thought, his garages. Now I know for a fact he had some nice little sports cars. So there's a possibility he's driven them from the UK all the way down to Italy. Or he might have even had specific ones for here and some for back in the UK. Because it was when his team started to get money, like big money. But he played in the Serie A, which is the Italian main league. And that was money as well. But I'm not just going to go on about him, I promise you. I'm just trying to help you guess. So like I said, imagine there's no moss on the floor. It's clean, it's tidy. It's a beautiful summer's day like this, roasting hot. You've got something on the barbecue over here. You've got a pizza in the oven, it smells delightful. You've got your bottles of wine on the go. And you just think, you know what, I'm getting a bit hot. So you dive into your massive pool. Now, all these trees probably wouldn't have been as overgrown as they are now. But just imagine sitting out here, sitting round the pool and diving in on a red hot summer's day. Now, like I said, I know there's problems with this place, but it makes me angry almost that somewhere like this has just gone to nothing when it would have been such a wonderful place to live, or at least come in the summer or whatever. Like over the back, you've got the rolling hills right down to the sea. There is a few houses up there, but not many. And then this is your main building, and it's huge. But that is a deep pool. Like the shallow end's deep enough. I think the shallow end's about 6 foot. So I reckon that's probably 12. It'd be amazing. And you know what? There's nothing I would like more than to jump in a pool at this moment. I don't know if you've noticed my eyes, but my hay fever has been killing me today. And I've got like little things where plants have touched me and I'm itching all over. So to jump in a pool like that would be unbelievable. But like I said, just imagine sitting on here with a pint or a strawberry daiquiri. Oh, what I would do for a strawberry daiquiri right now. Or maybe some chilled white wine. Save your red wine for later. Sitting here without those bushes being there, with the view across the valley, it'd be wonderful. Anyway, let's go home and see if this water works. I hope the water, imagine if the water's on. I'll fill this trough up and have a swim in that. Or maybe not. Let's have a look. No water coming out of there. Right, let's, which way shall we go? Let's have a look. There is 2 ways to get in here, but I'm just debating which way. Look at that, they do not want you coming in there. Look at the size of those locks and those bolts. They are big. They are really, really big. Right, let's go down through the cellar. Now the cellar's how I got in, and they're not brill, but when you get upstairs, I know you're going to be amazed. You're like, oh my Lord, look at this. And it's magical. It's not magical, but it's... Shut up, Matt. I talk some right rubbish sometimes, especially when I'm tired and hot. But do you know what I mean? I can just imagine it. I can put myself in that. I think the pool does it more than anything else. I can put myself in that position of a load of mates round a pool in the summer, jumping in, or you and your missus just having a little drink, then having a bit of sweaty sex upstairs, then back out again to cool down in the pool. Now, around the back of the house, it's a total different feel. It's not like round the front. It's boiling round there. It's a lot cooler. But I'm imagining the view would have been quite good here as well, because they've installed massive windows to look out across the valley. But now there seems to be a lot of bushes and a lot of trees. I haven't actually gone any further down here, but his land, or the house's land, extends quite a long way. However, a lot of it sort of drops off, if you know what I mean. It sort of like goes down a massive slope. Even this, like, if you got all that cut and put a table outside and came and sat out, it'd be beautiful, reading a book. Like, the internet here is terrible, which would be fantastic. I am constantly on the internet because I'm constantly working, but to have that break away would be amazing. Now, we'll see the windows when we're inside, but just wanted to give you an idea of what it looked like from out here. It's just such a good house, even though it's not really, it is sort of 60s, 70s style, but it's not my style. But still, I think I would have this place, not as a family home, as just like a retreat. It'd be brilliant. It always makes me wonder why they put massive chains on gates and then leave doors open. Kind of doesn't make much sense. Now, down here, it's a bit like a granny flat. You've got like a separate eating area. You've got beds and stuff. So it's got to be for guests, surely. Unless it was a hotel at some point and they had different bedrooms. Right, we'll go up this way first. Yeah, look. You've got a big double bed down here. Now, it's freezing in here at the moment, which is brilliant for me. What is that? What the hell is that? I'm scared someone's going to jump out of there. What the actual fuck is that? That looks like regurgitated hair. Or it's almost been pooed out. Look at it. What is that all about? Not gonna lie, that sort of freaked me out a bit, because it looks like human hair. It doesn't look like an animal that's been eaten and then like an owl would regurgitate it. It looks like human hair. Like, why? It could be out of a drain, but no. Like any of the women out there or men with long hair that know what it's like to clean out. To be fair, it could probably be the men, because I always used to have to do it with my daughters and my exes. Clean out the drains, and it's all full of hair that's gone a bit rotten. It's always like a bit grey and slimy. That isn't. That has freaked me out. Do you know what's made me feel even worse about it? Kind of looks wet. I'm scared of touching it. It's rock hard. At first I thought, is it something to do with like a paintbrush? But that is, like when it's straightened out, it's about 8 inches long. So that won't work, but that is vile. Like half of it's matted up and the rest of it's not. It's like someone's ponytail's been eaten. It's going to be in the newspapers tomorrow. Premiership footballer eats human ponytail in shock. Do you know what I mean though? It's not the sort of thing you'd tend to find in places like this. And that just leads on to a little ensuite from here. A little toilet and bath. It seems relatively modern, to be honest. I don't think it's that old. Now, the thing I do like about this place is there's big windows and doors all over, even in this downstairs bit. So you could quite easily open all this up and it'd be so light and bright and airy in here. And at the moment, it doesn't look like looks a bit dingy. As soon as you did that, it'd be beaut. Next clue for the football fans out there. This bold Italian ex-international footballer played in London. I've got a little map here. Weirdly, not of here. It's Pavia, or Pavia. I feel like I've been there, but it looks very nice, wherever it is. But it's definitely not round here, because there's no big towns round here. It is just tiny, tiny villages where everybody stares at you when you drive past. I have witnessed people around here, get down off what they were doing, walk out into the road, stop and stare as you drive past. It is so strange. It's like a proper Royston Vasey, everybody knows everybody. Why is he here? Why is there an outsider kind of guy thing going on? And it's just a bit odd. Now, like I said, it is a little bit bare, a little bit empty down here. It's makes me think a bit of a sauna. The whole bit, the whole lot makes me think of a sauna. Got another bed in here, which is too small for a double but too big for a single. Another ensuite. Now that's what makes me think, was it a hotel at some point? But also, if you've got enough money, why wouldn't you build guest rooms for your friends? If you knew this was just going to be your retreat to go and get away and have a laugh, and probably bring Italian prostitutes back and things like that without your wife knowing. Right, this is definitely not interesting. This is just the boiler room. Absolutely nothing exciting about that at all, so we'll leave that be. But now we get to go upstairs, and I'm excited to show you, to be fair, especially the big main room, which we're going to come up into right now. Now, like I said, I want you, before we get up there, to imagine a group of blokes, football players, maybe a few women, drinks flowing, here for a laugh, not here for homely time. And I think you'll get it when you get up here. Right, so we're just going up these stairs, and we've got to come through a bar door almost. I don't know whether to I'll take you in the kitchens first. We'll save the surprise. Look, I've seen at least 3 of these big boxes that had champagne in them. Pretty standard kitchen, although that's some big professional hobs there. I think they'd be quite good, really. But it's not a restaurant kitchen, is it? Thinking about it, and it's not a hotel kitchen, I don't think. So I'm not really sure. I'm not sure if it was just so he could cook for his mates, or his chef could cook for his mates. You know what these footballers are like. Just a few spices and some olive oil. In fact, plenty of olive oil knocking about. It's very sparse. Although they're big strainer things, they're like industrial ones, aren't they? Although the pans are tiny. Kind of don't make sense, really. What we got on here? Is that a dishwasher? See, that's like an industrial dishwasher. But I suppose if you've got staff, they're going to want the best to use. I expected there to be loads of... Oh, look, it's got to have been some sort of restaurant at some point. You don't need that many for you, do you? Sat around the table with 10 vinegars and 10 salts for yourself. It kind of don't work. Anyway, let's go in here. Right, you come down through these gates and you've got a massive, massive fire, like an inglenook fire, where you can go and sit in the side of it as it roars away in the winter. You've got seating all around the edge here, so you can sit with your mates and sit and drink. Telly in the corner. And then this does look like a restaurant. Look at this. All these little individual tables set out with the candle. and some more seating round there. It's almost like a pub, but I can find nothing to say that it was a restaurant, a pub, or anything. Like, obviously, I've got the details of the name of the place, but I can't find anything to say that it was. And up above, you've got a balcony, you've got a chandelier. Like I said, all your mates in here. It is like setting yourself out a pub in your front room. It fits both narratives. But I want your input, because I can imagine things as a bloke of my age, which I don't think he was much older, maybe 10 years older, maybe 15, not sure. But I can imagine what I would do with this place, how it would be. Like, there's only 3 tables. A restaurant? Doesn't seem right. A hotel, maybe, coming down for breakfast with limited rooms to go in. But then it just, I don't know. Something just doesn't sit right. So I want you to put down in the comments, hotel, pub, or personal, or hotel, pub, or footballer. That'll do. Which one do you think it would be? What a noise then. There's flies in here, and bugs, and a couple of lizards. So I think that's what I'm hearing. Now, if you were a lad and you were setting out what you wanted to be like your pub away from home, what would be the next thing that you would need? Well, let's go and look. So you got bored of sitting round the fire and you decide you want a game of pool with your friends. Look at this. How good is this? It's a full-size pool. It's not a snooker table, it's a pool table, that. It's a full-size pool table. Or billiards, sorry. A billiards table. With the pockets and everything. The balls are massive, man. Those yellow balls are like double the size of the red ones. Bloody hell. They're huge. But yeah, you've got all your cues up here, look. All set out. You can do all your scoring and everything on here as well. Oh, it'd be so good. Right, we've partly solved some of the mystery around, was it a bar? Was it a hotel? Was it a restaurant? What was it? Now, it's next to me. This trophy, I can't show you because it's got the name of the place on the trophy, but I will read, let me just turn it round. And I'll read the bit at the bottom. It says, sorry, I had to cut that because I showed you. Number 1 Premier Hospitality, then the name of the place, in 1996. It's the wood that keeps creaking, I think. Sorry, I keep having to sit and just listen to see if anyone's here. But anyway, this place was sold to him in 1996. So I don't know whether he kept it on as a bar for a bit or what. I know that he ended up using it as his getaway place because there's photos of him here. But it's strange that they should win a big award and then sell it straight away. Maybe they sold it because maybe he was going to turn it into a business and it didn't do as well. And then he turned it into his own sort of getaway. I'm not sure. Because 1996, I'm trying to think. I don't know if it would be towards the end of his career. I'm going to have to check. Right, he says he's going to check and then remembers, I've got no internet here at all. It is like dead for internet. Did you hear my knees click as I got up then? But yeah, like that's normal for over a pool table, but that is a little bit like, is it Contiki? Is that what I'm thinking of? I'm sure it's that sort of style of place. Now look, you've got all this to sit on. Sit out here, look out onto the back. through these big windows. Now, this is why I wanted to show you it while I was outside, because the windows are filthy. They're absolutely disgusting. So I didn't want to go look at the beautiful views and all you can see is bird shit. But then you've got like a bit of a chill area down here to come and sit. Like, if it was a restaurant, would you have settees there? Like, I suppose you could come and sit down. I know there are chill areas in bars, but it more seems like a restaurant than a bar. I don't know. Still don't think there's enough tables. Anyway, keeping going up further up here, that's where we came from a minute ago. The little boy being chased by a goose. And then I've not been up into this bit yet. That's where I heard a car, but there is a road down at the bottom. Anyway, another big seating area. Come and sit out and you get a totally different view across this one. Now, what you probably won't be able to see is just down there is a tennis court and a football court. Both of them down, one at that side and one at that side. You can't get to it. I tried to get down to it and it's like totally overgrown. Or the other bits are like crumbling and dangerous. There's definitely been birds in here. Because look, it's absolutely covered in the stuff. But I just can't imagine living here. I can't. And like I said, it can't have done that well as a restaurant. Because look behind me. Look at all the houses. Look at the millions of houses. All these people come into this restaurant in the middle of nowhere. And I mean middle of nowhere. Like the next nearest village, other than the couple of houses that are just down the road from here, is probably 12 miles away, easily. It's mad. It can't have survived because of that. No, I can't really show you because of the shine, but there's a couple of maps on. That one's from 1786. Obviously it's new, but it's a map that's been copied from 1786. And then another one on there. Now, the thing is, when he was here with his missus, is this something that used to come into play as well? Did he give her a good... I reckon that was for pizzas, actually. But I thought it was a butter or something at first, but it's a bit big, innit? But with it having a burnt corner, I wonder if they used to turn the pizzas around with it or something. Anyway, let's go upstairs. Right, there's definitely men's voices outside. Don't know how close they are though. Thing is, around here, voices and noises travel. They travel. So I reckon we just hurry up and get upstairs. Right, this is your stairs to get upstairs. It's a bit bizarre, isn't it? It's like up one central log and the steps are like round it. Although that log's got a very big crack down the middle. Anyway, up we go. I am worried now. I don't want to get caught in Italy. Like, I don't know if I mentioned it in last week's video. One of my friends got arrested in Italy the other week and he had all his cameras took off him. He had like everything, his passport taken away for a little while and then given back. He got taken to the cells while they processed him. And then when they gave everything back, they didn't give him his phones until like 2 weeks later. And he had to come back to Italy to come and pick them up. They wouldn't post them to him. He had to come and collect them. That's ridiculous. Sorry, I said phones. It's because I film on a phone. No, I meant his cameras. He had his phone, but he didn't have his cameras. God, if I lost my phones, I would be in big bother because my boarding pass and everything is on my phone. Everything, my whole life is on my phone. That's why when I got robbed, it was such a big thing because everything, all my life was on there, which is bad really, but it was lucky I've got 2 phones. Now look, these aren't special, are they? These aren't anything amazing, but I suppose if you're just coming to crash out here, kind of makes sense, but I would have expected something a bit more impressive. What have we got in there? Another ensuite with a shower. Oh, we've got one up here as well. Oh my Lord. Look at these. Wait a minute. Ugh. They're gonna get me. There's loads of them buzzing about. Loads and loads. A few of them stuck in the cobwebs as well that have been eaten. Oh. Ooh. Awful things. Terrible things. Ooh, keep away from me, you little shit. That's some sort of space. What is this, though? So this is the toilet. Why have you got a door with a lock on the outside? And a little thing that you can look through? What the hell is going on here? There's a table in there. What is that all about? There's literally a door that can be locked from the outside with a window to look in. It's actually got glass on the inside as well, with a little table in there. Bloody hell, what kids is he locking up? It's like, what's it called, the poke? I always say this, from Matilda. They used to stick them in there. It's like that. Like lock them in until they start being good again and then let them out. Right, heading round on the sort of balcony bit. I think this is weird as well. Like, say if it was a hotel, coming out of your bedroom, once again, which is a bit shit, coming out of your bedroom, yeah, looks like somebody's died there, curled up in a ball, like in fetal position. Ugh. Yeah, coming out, and just like being able to look down on people eating their food. It doesn't seem like a restaurant to me. It really doesn't. What we got up here? Now this is overlooking where we were a minute ago because I saw this big open window. Yeah, look. I'm guessing this is like the master bedroom. Do you hear those voices then? Someone here. Someone here. I'm just coming out onto this bit, see if I can see anyone. It's definitely two people talking. 100%. Now the good thing is, they'll not be able to see me because all the windows are shut. So if they just do a walk around the building, I made sure I shut all the doors and everything behind me. So if they're just coming to check up on the place, I'm going to go downstairs and see if I can, because when you're looking into a building and it's dark, you can't see anything, but I'll see them. I've got to be really quiet. Oh, these stairs are going to make a load of noise. I can hear a fly in there as well, which is making loads of noise. But there's definitely two people outside, at least. I'm shitting myself. Wish that fucking fly had shut up. There, listen. They're round that way, which I think's the main entrance. Whoa, I almost fell downstairs. I don't want them to come in while I'm upstairs because there's no way I can get out. As long as I stay away from all the main windows, it should be alright. Like over there. And if they look through that, I don't think they'll see me because it's so dark. They'll see my torch though. Right, torch is going off. Yeah, I could hear him here a minute ago. I'm sure I could. Oh, this is scary. Fuck. through the front door. Oh, fuck, my bag. My bag. Oh my god. I can't see a thing. Fucking hell. They must have heard that. Oh shit. Right, I'm going. I've got myself stuck. I'm hiding behind a post at the moment, which only just covers me because my bag. One is inside. The other, I don't know. I saw one of them walk around the outside the doorway. They definitely think they're looking for me because my car's right outside the gates. Right. Listen. I don't know what to do now. Do I just leg it? But if I go down that drive, you can see me right from the top. There is a path down here, down there, but I don't know where it goes. Fuck, I'm stuck. Thing is, if they realise that I've been in there and I don't get to my car before they do, they could quite easily block me in and then I'm screwed. So I've got to go. This is so hard to do without making noise. Yeah, that main door's open. That's where he went in. The other one went down there, but round the corner. Right, sort of. I can be seen there. I've just got to go on. I'm trying to find a way to not be noticed. My knees don't work though, that's the problem. I can't run. I've just got to hobble down this hill. Oh, don't pop up behind me, please. Right, I'll see you at the car. Right, back at the car. Oh, Jesus, I almost just stuck that straight into the fence, into the gate. Need to kind of reverse first. I don't know where their car is. I would have expected it to be next to mine. This must be their car. Literally just parked around the corner. Let's hurry up and get out of here before they come and follow us. Right, thank God for that. I've just literally driven about 15 miles, convinced I was being followed. But it turns out that I wasn't. Thank God. So it was a good explore. It wasn't my favourite sort of explore, I'm not going to lie. I did like the fact that I could visualise myself being there and like having parties, and also the Premier League football was Gianluca Vialli, ex-Chelsea and Italy player, and I could imagine him like having a right laugh there, and I think that's why I wanted to do it. I wanted to go to this one. I was told about it and I ummed and ahed because it's like, it's not full of like historical stuff, but I just thought, you know what, something a bit different, so we're not looking at the same things week in, week out. Oh, this amazing photo, ooh, these letters. Let's look at something different every so often. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I hope you did. If you don't like football, it's not always about that, it's about the house as well. And yeah, the bit at the end, like, Jesus Christ, like, what do you do in that situation? Two massive blokes, I'm saying massive, one of them looked about my size, the other one I didn't see, so two blokes come in there when you're on your own in a different country. You can't explain to them why you're there. It's a bit horrible, isn't it? Like, that's why I wanted to get out of there. And I forgot my bag. I had to run back for my bag. I don't know how they didn't hear me, because I made a right noise. Anyway, I'm off towards Milan. So have a lovely day. Love you all, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.